Hey everyone, this is Don Maguccioni back with more quick and accessible health and fitness tips. We are in the first video of our social distancing series of exercise, and the theme is exercise you don't need equipment for. So we're going to start with the squat. So if you've seen the squat before in a gym, there's a lot of different ways you can load it up with weight. You can put a barbell on your back, you can do a front squat, you can use kettlebells, you can use medicine balls, dumbbells. A lot of people like to load it up with weight, and that's great. But right now, we are talking about exercises where we are not in a position to use equipment. And you don't need equipment to get a great workout, great functional movement from the squat. So, what the squat is going to look like with no weight, we're going to do a demo of what the exercise is going to look like. We're going to go through key safety points, and then we're going to do variations depending on your strength, flexibility, fitness level. So basically, if you can stand, if you can get up and down out of a chair, if you use the bathroom, you can do some variation of a squat wherever you're at right now. So here's step number one, the complete exercise. So first, you want to start in a good tall position, straight line between head, shoulders, hips, knees, and feet. You can hold your arms out front comfortably. Make sure I'm in here. You're going to reach back, sit back, and up. And the key thing at the top, so I've done a video about proper lifting technique. The finish of the squat should be the same as when you're lifting something up. So when you hit the top, you want to contract your quads and you want to maintain that straight line through, and you want to squeeze your glutes at the top and lock out your hips. So the difference would be finish and lock out versus not quite the same, you see? So that's going to get a complete full extension at the top of every rep and then reset yourself. So that's a parallel body weight squat that we just saw right there. And that's a great exercise. You don't have to go parallel to do the squat effectively, and in fact you shouldn't if you're not able to maintain the safety points that we're going to talk about right now. So safety points, we're going to talk about knee alignment, back position, core stability, which must be maintained throughout to do this safely. So we'll start with knee alignment. So knees always want to track the toes, basically. So if you look down, you should be able, you can't see in this shot, but basically your knees need to be in alignment with your toes, okay? So that means you don't want them bowing in. If you can see your knees coming in and they're not over your toes and over your feet, that's not good knee alignment. Same thing, they shouldn't be going out the other way. I can't do that, but it might be something that some people end up in. They should track your toes. So that's the lateral view. Let's talk about the other direction as well. So make sure you can see my feet should stay over your toe, not here. So here good, here not good. So that's very important for safety. Knee alignment, they must track your toes so you can see that yourself, and just make sure you're keeping yourself honest if you're going to be doing squats. Back position, so you saw at the beginning, you want a nice up tall position to set yourself up, shoulders back. Your spine needs to keep its natural, your lumbar spine here needs to keep that natural curve throughout. So same position you see here, your lower back needs to stay in that position. Even if your chest might come forward a little bit, your back needs to stay in that position. If you start feeling yourself do this, not good. So that's what I was talking about with doing a parallel squat versus squatting back and keeping good alignment. The moment you start to lose alignment of your knees or of your lower back or both, you don't squat further. So observe, if your squat is here and everything's in good alignment, you come up and you finish. if you squat here and if you go further, your knees start to go forward. That's not a good idea. So go with the range of motion that you have, and we can talk about ways to develop your range of motion as you get more advanced with the exercise. So, variations. The squat is a hard exercise, whether you load it up with weight or not. So to make it a little bit more user-friendly, if you haven't done squats as an exercise, if you haven't thought about alignment of knees, back, core stability, let me go back. Every time you do a weight-bearing exercise, body weight, weights, you need to brace your core. So I talked about that in my video about proper lifting technique. I will summarize it quickly and refer back to this video as well. But essentially what you want to do is brace your abdominal muscles, your midsection, before you start the lift, throughout the lift, and at the end of it, throughout the movement, basically. You're not lifting anything, but you're lifting your body weight. So rather than cueing yourself to suck in your stomach, what you want to do is kind of the opposite. So if you push in with your fingers, tighten up your abdominal muscles so it pushes out against, makes it nice and firm. That's what you want to do. You want to keep that tight from when you start the lift to when you end. When you're done with your movement, then you can relax and shake it out a little bit. So core stability, knee alignment, back position, core stability, safety measures you must practice at all times. So variations. Supported squat is an excellent variation to start off and to work on your range of motion too. You may not be able to parallel squat freestanding, but you might be able to do it if you give yourself some support. And if you do the supported squat, work on your range of motion, work on any mobility or stability issues, you can develop your range of motion with a parallel squat as well. So I happen to have this handy dandy door frame here. Could be a rail, it could be, you could wrap a jump rope around something. You just need something you can hold on to. So what I'm gonna do is set up as if I'm doing a squat. I'm gonna make sure I got a good handle here so I feel comfortable. I'm gonna sit back like I'm doing a squat, which I am, but hold on as much as I need to hold on. And then I'm gonna come up and finish. So don't finish here, finish here. Hold on, and up. So again, if this is what you've got right now, go with it. Do your reps here. Do your reps here, develop that strength, develop the range of motion. Another variation, a handy dandy chair. If you've gotten to the point where you can parallel squat supported, try a chair so you know it's back there. And you test it out first without doing the actual exercise. Like, okay, where am I at? Okay. Where am I at? Okay, I feel pretty good here. Got good knee alignment. Okay, so I'm gonna stand up. What I'm gonna do, start off tall, squeeze the glutes, quads. I'm gonna sit back, reach back, reach back, reach back, reach back. You can allow yourself to adjust a little bit. Come forward, but don't round your back. And up, lock, back, and up, and lock. So that can be another intermediary before working to freestanding squats. And again, go with where you're at. So let's say you've done parallel squat with supported, you've done chair squats. Let's say you can do 10 at a time, no problem, but you're still not quite getting the range of motion. That's okay. Do what you've got. So work up to doing a parallel squat, be realistic with yourself, and work on those. Make sure at all times, safety measures, knee alignment, back position, core stability. So I'm going to link up a few of my previous videos with lifting technique where we talk about bracing. I'm also going to link up a few on stretching and mobility. So why do we have some of these alignment issues with knees, with back? The most common imbalances people have are tension in the hip flexors, and those are the muscles that pull your leg up. So if those are tense, they're going to be shorter, and they're going to be harder to get yourself into a nice full extension. They're also not going to move as freely when you're trying to sit back. They're going to make it more challenging for you to stay up tall and keep your back in a good position because they're short and tense, and they don't like to get back into that position in that manner. Calves can be another one with squats, for the knee alignment, for the ankle mobility. So we can check that out a little bit as well. Hamstrings. So this is all stuff that you're going to have to make your best judgment on. It's always good to get coached up, but right now we're not really in that position. So this is a starting point to do something that you really require zero gym equipment. Everybody's got a chair. Everybody's got something you can hold on to. And of course, you've got your own body weight that you can use for squats. So give me a comment on this. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions. This is the squat, the very basic, quick and dirty tutorial, and we're going to do more and more exercises with no equipment. See you next time.